All right, so there's been lots of talk around the environment these days, but majorly we are going to be capturing it from the perspective of institutions and what they are doing. And this morning we're reflecting on circular economy and climate change, how decarbonization and co-pressing can make the difference. And joining me in the studios this morning, I've got my friends, Dr. Adelopo AbdulGaniyu is an environmental chemist. That's with the University of Lagos, and he is also the chairman organizing committee for the University of Lagos Decarbonization and Co-Pressing Waste Seminar. Nice to have you in the building, Dr. AbdulGaniyu. Good morning.
Good morning. Beautiful to be here, Lagos.
Right, you're welcome. Joining him as well, I have Mr. Daniel Adedokun, who is a head Geocycle, Lafarge Africa PLC. Mr. Daniel, nice to have you in the building. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Right. Both of you, it's your first time of being on Traffic Radio, I suspect?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Dr. AbdulGaniyu, look to your left. You can see the cameras there showing the roads. What do you make of it?
This is quite interesting. I got in, I felt, wow, you are the Lagos monitor.
Wow. So it's your first time of knowing that we use cameras that monitors the road, right?
Wow, seriously. I never knew that you are seated as a second security for the whole traffic people. Well done.
Wow.
Great.
Mr. Adedokun, what do you make of it?
It's mind-blowing because I've been hearing traffic radio, but I never knew you have camera
Capturing this. Yeah, you need to face that microphone very well so we can hear you pretty well.
I didn't know you have camera everywhere in Lagos capturing this. I thought they are just people who are giving information to the station through phone, but it's a mind-blowing this morning.
All right, then. So let's jump into the conversation this morning. Dr. Adelopo, we will come to the essence of the seminar in a bit, but let's properly situate the Unilag Green Hub initiative and other environmental issues which the institution is doing in the context of town, or perhaps the gown meeting the town. So, Dr. Adelopo, how is your institution performing in this regard when we talk about the gown meeting the town?
Yeah, this is a great thing that the Madam Vice Chancellor is taking with great deal. The solution to problem is connecting the town to the gown. And we have well over 15 centers across the University of Lagos tackling different aspects of environmental developmental solutions to life. And the beautiful thing is you can't solve people problem when they are not included into it. As I speak for this seminar, we have 3 different centers coming together to say this problem cannot be solved with just one center.
And these 3, what are the centers?
The centers are Teflon Center of Excellence in biodiversity conservation and ecosystem management.
Right.
And the second one is the Unilag, the Center for Environmental Human Resource Development.
Okay.
While the last is the Green Hub.
All right, let me bring in Daniel Adedokun here at this point. You are from Lafarge Africa PLC, is that correct?
Yes.
So what's the connection with University of Lagos?
For Lafarge, when you talk about decarbonization of cement, it's our major priority. As you know, cement is one of the major emitters of CO2 to the atmosphere because of the raw material.
All right.
So we are working with Unilag on the Green Hub and Green Series program, to take part of the waste they are generating to use it to recover energy from it, so that we can reduce waste going to the dump site. In this process, it means I'm decarbonizing my activity.
Right.
I'm reducing my impact on fossil fuel to use waste, to use energy recover from waste.
Great. Yeah. So let's talk about this now. Decarbonization. This sounds, I was just having a chat with my colleagues earlier on, and I mentioned decarbonization, I mentioned co-pressing, and they were just looking at me as if I was coming from the moon. Dr. Adelopo, talk to us. What is decarbonization? What is co-pressing?
Yeah, I mean, these 2 languages are basically things that are interrelated. Now, first is decarbonization is the process of removing carbon that actually connect with oxygen to produce the CO2, which is called the greenhouse gas. And when you talk about climate change, the climate change is because these gases are so many. We generate it from the waste, we generate it from the exhaust pipe, we generate it from our industrial activity, our cooking activity, and they move up and cover the cloud such that the heat that we generate within our system does not go into the atmosphere.
But these are natural phenomena. These are things that we're born with. We've been there for ages. How come we want to control it now, Dr. Adelopo?
I am saying that naturally there is what is called carbon cycle. There is a way the environment actually sink the CO2 we generate. And Bob, I should ask you, how many cars have we imported in Nigeria? Before now, you could barely count the number of cars.
Right.
Human industrialization had brought in so many emissions that were not there naturally. And this is what is upsetting. The volume of people that develop all the time. Before we were 150, now we're going to 250, and each of the person generate waste. And that is why we are focusing waste.
Okay.
The waste we generate land in the landfill. And when they decompose, they release a lot of CO2 methane gas that goes up and also disturb the atmospheric movement of gases. Okay. That is why decarbonization is very important, and we as human beings are the one generating a lot. Before I drop, you also realize that we are deforestation. Those the gases we generate before, we have a lot of trees that sink it off. But now, as we develop, we cut the trees and we release a lot of gaseous
All right,
content.
Mr. Adedokun, decarbonization has just been explained to us by Adelopo, and the second concept is that of co-processing. Is it the same?
Co-processing is a method to decarbonize.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and co-processing has to do with an existing industry. We are from a cement industry, and our major activity is to produce cement. But we are saying that while producing cement, I can also take in some other activity by co-processing waste, and I will still produce cement that is of high quality without impacting it. So co-processing means I'm producing with my existing facility to solve another problem without impacting my own operation. So that's what co-processing is.
In the simple terms, right? Yeah. So let's talk about this seminar now that is coming up. Dr. Adelopo, when is the seminar coming up?
The seminar is scheduled to come up on the 22nd of April at the University of Lagos, Ramon Bello Auditorium.
All right, and who are those that are going to be there? I mean, who's expected to be there?
The event is to be hosted by Madam Vice Chancellor, Professor Folashade Ogunshola, ONFAS, and is going to be shared by Mr. Loluade Alade Akinyemi, the GMD CEO Lafarge. And co-chair by Mr. Michael Dini, the Consul General of the Kingdom of the Netherlands in Lagos. Right. And we have a lot of facilitators, partners, Coca-Cola, the expert is going to be there, policeman, the expert is going to be there, scientist from Norway is going to be part of this. So it's an international deliberation looking at the economy, the industrial and the technological transfer.
So you're bringing all these partners because these are all corporate entities that generate waste, that deal with lots of industrial waste and all of that. Is that the way it is?
Yeah, we are bringing it because we are talking about local content, that we can't continue to import designs from abroad and think it will work for us. They have the technicals in terms of the infrastructure, but people need to know how they can fit into it. We also need to develop jobs within the context of our environment.
Let's talk about LOMA now. Where do you guys situate LOMA? Because I know LOMA is the one that regulates domestic and of course commercial waste in Lagos. Are you guys partnering with them too in this project?
Seriously, LOMA is a backbone. As an institution, we work with LOMA in terms of research evaluation of the landfill, and we have seen the leadership of LOMA as being committed to a unique development of an inclusive solution for waste management in Lagos, and that has propelled our interest. As we speak, today we are still going back to Loma, Mr. Daniel?
Yes.
Because they are going to host us. LASEPA, Loma are into it. We are saying involve all the stakeholders, the policymaker, the industry and the academic to form a research and development solution that is homegrown.
All right. Adedokun, you are head of Geocycle for Lafarge Africa PLC. And from what you're saying now, you guys really deal with lots in terms of this decarbonization. Lafarge, do you guys have the capacity to really handle all of this? I mean, I'm hearing something in the realms of millions of tons of waste that are generated in Nigeria, but most of them not really made good use of. In terms of capacity, how well positioned is Lafarge for decarbonization and co-processing?
Yeah, definitely we have capacity to decarbonize our own operation and also to show what is possible in the industry. You know, we are more or less a kind of a brake tracer, and this will allow the system to be opened up. We have capacity today to reduce our dependency on fossil fuel, which is gas, coal, LPFO, and use waste. Today, waste majorly is picked from one location to the other to go to the dump site. I mean, about 2 months ago, we signed an MOU with Loma, also here in Lagos State, to take part of this waste from Lagos to our factory in Eweko Road to consume. So by the time we start doing this, it means you will start seeing waste reduction from the environment, and then the environment will start to become clean gradually. So the idea is that when we start this, because we have the know-how, we have the technology, other industry too will be encouraged that, look, if Lafarge is doing this, this is possible. So to me, we more or less want to open the opportunity.
Right.
For people.
So in terms of transformation now, so by the time you collect the waste from Loma, what are you going to transform it into?
We have process in our place where we reprocess it to what we can use to feed our cement kiln. It goes in as fuel. Instead of me using gas 100%, I reduce my gas usage, or instead of me using liquid fuel, I reduce it into my cement kiln. So that's the idea. We will use it as fuel.
Wow.
It's like I'm recycling, but I'm getting energy, not material. That's the idea.
So you have enough capacity to do that?
We have enough capacity to do that. I mean, we have 2 cement kiln in Eweko Road, and also we have competitor in Eweko Road that also, I mean, within Ogun State that have cement kiln. We have capacity in Calabar. We have, I mean, there are a lot of cement company growing in Nigeria. So to me, it's not just about Lafarge today. It's about we should have a policy and structure, you know, that encourage other industry to go into this. And that's why we are partnering with Unilag, because this can become part of the curriculum in the future, so that people will learn from this, and then we can grow our industry locally. All
right, Dr. Adelopo, let's go back to the issue of the gown meeting the town. So this seminar is all about not just staying in the campus or perhaps in the institute. You guys are trying to see how you can make a mark outside by coming up with this decarbonization and co-processing of waste seminar. So once again, when is it coming up?
Yeah, it's coming up on the 22nd of April, 2025 at the University of Lagos by 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. And I must say, because we should not go without clearing this,
right?
Decarbonization is not only about co-processing. We're saying there is a process. All people in Lagos needs to know that when they use their waste, they sort it and they send it to the right place, it adds to the well-being of everybody.
Right.
What the university is saying is develop the system, and that's why we're working with them. People need to understand where each of these waste will go and what benefit it will come from it.
All right, messages are coming in here for you, even though we have very limited time. This one says, good morning. What does co-processing really mean in the industrial context? Olayeni is sending us one in from Ikorodu. Olayeni, thank you so much. Another one here says, hi, Traffic Radio. Please, how does decarbonization and co-processing support each other? Thanks. Ifeanyi is sending that one in. I think you've touched on that before. But Dr. Adelopo, quickly, maybe you need to respond to Olayeni and Ifeanyi quickly.
How does co-processing and decarbonization link with each other?
Right.
Co-processing remove the CO2. Rather than the waste actually contributing to climate change issue, is actually taking it away. So you are closing the material loop. And decarbonization is also saying don't allow your waste to create carbon that would cause climate change issue. That's where they link together.
All right. Is this new in town?
Not completely new.
Not completely.
It's not new. It's been on, actually ratified by Basel Convention many years ago. The idea is, in the past in Europe, for example, they used to build incinerator everywhere. But then infrastructures keep developing and cement companies start growing up, and the idea is that how can you have a cement factory that can take on this and you keep building incinerators?
All right. Message here says, good morning, sirs. How do you ensure that the waste used for co-processing doesn't cause more harm than good? You didn't put your name, but thank you so much. Is that something that one should be worried about?
No, it won't cause any harm. I mean, if you look at cement making, naturally, cement making comes with its own scrubber because it's an alkaline nature. I mean, if you study basic chemistry in secondary school, you understand this. So whatever is a harmful chemical that you can think are in the waste are already absorbed. And for co-processing, you don't generate any secondary waste. Everything is absorbed into it. And when you look at concrete in the society, I mean, concrete can stay for a long time. I mean, we talk about Third Mainland Bridge today. Third Mainland Bridge was built many years ago in the early 80s.
In the late 80s and early 90s.
It's still standing there.
Right.
So which means the thing is absorbed into the concrete and it will stay there. It does not emit anything to the atmosphere.
So to stay for ages.
For ages.
Let's begin to wrap this all up right now. So 22nd at Unilag is where this seminar is holding, right? Who can be part of this, Dr. Adelopo?
Yeah, this is open to the general public, academics, industry, policymakers, the street members. All are invited to be part of it.
Okay, all right. So let's round this up right now. So, Mr. Adedoyin, what's your parting thoughts on the program this morning? What's your message to our listeners?
Thank you very much. It will be an eye-opener for a lot of people to come to see what we do to waste. You know, it will give us an opportunity to understand in the future when government is telling us to separate our waste from home. Today we mix waste together, and so it's making it difficult to actually pre-process. So we want people to come and listen to this workshop, and then, because I believe government policy will shape the whole discussion in the future for people to be able to separate waste from home, so that we don't have waste going into the dump site, waste in the drainages, creating flooding everywhere.
All right. Nice having both of you in the studios. Thank you so much for being here. Dr. Adelopo, nice having you on the program this morning.
Yeah.
All right. And to Mr. Adedoyin, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, then. So we've reflected a bit on circular economy and climate change, how decarbonization and co-processing can make the difference. All right, then we have to go. I've been joined in the studios this morning by Dr. Adelopo AbdulGaniyu, who's an environmental chemist with the University of Lagos, and he's also the chairman organizing committee for the University of Lagos Decarbonization and Co-Processing Seminar. Also in the building as well is Mr. Daniel Adedokun, who is head Geocycle, Lafarge Africa PLC. I must also appreciate those that have been here as well. And let me just look at them one after the other. Well, joining us in the building this morning, I've had Janaka Vera Singha, who is a commercial manager, Geocycle for Lafarge Africa PLC. Temitope Dosumu, also in the building as well. Adejoke Alaga Ibrahim is head corporate communications for the University of Lagos. To all of you, we say a big thank you. A brief break. When we return, we'll do our birthdays before we switch to Build Right.
Before it starts, before I begin, how long before you decide?